Early inter Thank you. Early Intervention Week is celebrated every year, typically during the third week of May. It was created to recognize all of the amazing caregivers of children in early intervention, as well as the dedicated professionals in the field. And for this event, we had a really good mixture of professionals in the field as well as family members. The children, caregivers, and EI professionals work so hard to support and encourage their growth and development, and that really needs to be recognized and celebrated. So that's what we're working on this week. This year, our theme is early relational health and creating connections in everyday moments. Early relational health has been a hot topic. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it lately. It is defined as the state of emotional well-being that grows from the positive emotional connection between babies and toddlers and their caregivers when they experience strong, positive, and nurturing relationships with each other. It's really critical to creating healthy children, families, and the community. And that is what we are encouraging and supporting with all of our families. And our speaker tonight will teach you many ways to connect and better communicate with your child and create those special moments. So without further ado, I'm excited to introduce to you Yvonne Collins. Yvonne has been a developmental interventionist with early intervention and a special educator and teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing clinical expert for 24 years. And she will be teaching you many American Sign Language based signs that you can use with your babies and toddlers and how to incorporate them into your daily routines and more. So Yvonne, it is all you.
Thank you, everybody. Wonderful. So if you're not seeing me in the big screen, you can tap your screen and then show, I think it's switch to person talking, but I think everybody should see me in the big screen. And then if you want to see other people, you can scroll through at the bottom, or you can hit the blue button and you'll just see me on the screen. I want to thank the Southern Jersey Regional Collaborative for inviting me to participate in this year's EI Week. I'm very excited. And my goal is to teach you some baby sign language. Nicole and I talked about this a little bit beforehand, and we know some families already know more and maybe, okay. I'm sorry, I see some chats and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to read that. So if you already know the sign for more and you're looking for additional signs that you can sign with your baby, this is the option for tonight. If you are deaf or hard of hearing and you need more sign support, I can sign more of the class today. If there are no deaf or hard of hearing parents, then I will sign American or ASL signs in English word order, but not all the English word orders. I'm gonna sign the important words. So when I started thinking about this, I wanted to give you guys signs that might be harder to find when you are searching on the internet. If you look on the internet for signs, I always tell parents to please look for signs that show 3 different websites that show the same sign. That way you're not finding a TikToker or somebody else making up a sign or using an incorrect sign. And they don't do it on purpose. Sometimes they're just meaning they have good intentions and maybe it's just the wrong sign and you may want to learn a new sign. There are other individuals and other groups that use something called baby signs, and baby signs does not always use ASL signs. Sometimes it is more gestural or created signs that might be easier for babies to sign. So if you ever find a baby sign language book, some books you'll see it says baby sign language book with ASL signs. ASL signs mean American Sign Language. I do want to give you the information about the resources that I'm sharing in the chat and also in the email that's being sent out next week. Those resources talk about the different communication options. I do not favor one communication option over the other. So if a child is deaf or hard of hearing, the family has the opportunity to learn about the different communication options. I'm not going to go through them today, but there's lots of resources that you can learn more about American Sign Language or ASL. There's also auditory oral or auditory verbal. Sometimes that's also known as listen and spoken language. There's cued speech. There is also signing at the same time. That's also called SimCom. There's signing exact English, and there's also total communication. So I encourage you, if you're questioning and looking for more information, to hit some of those resources I'm sharing in the chat in the future, or on the website when it gets posted on YouTube. So feel free, this is an open conversation for all of us. If there's any questions about signs that you'd like to learn tonight, you're welcome to raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask a question. And if there's noise happening in your room with your children and other family members, please keep your video muted so that it's easier for everybody to hear me talking. So the first thing I want to do is kind of first then, because sometimes we want to tell our kids what we're going to do. And so I'm going to show you how you can sign first then, and then you can also talk about what we're going to do. So there's two different ways of signing first then. So there's first and then. First and then. And feel free to try to sign along with me. You are welcome to have the video on or off, but right now, this is how you sign first or then. What I like to do to practice signs is I like to sing songs. So I'm going to sing some songs. We're going to sing them slowly, and I'm going to add more signs to it. So if there's an activity that you do throughout the day with your child, feel free to type it in the chat. And then Nicole's going to be reading the chat, and then she'll let me know if there's another sign we want to add to the daily routines. So the first daily routine we're going to talk about is telling your child, first, we're going to get dressed, and then we're going to eat bananas. And what I like to do is I like to borrow nursery rhyme songs. You may know the song, the more we get together, together, together. I'm taking that melody and making a song. First we get dressed, get dressed, get dressed. First we get dressed, then eat bananas. So I'll sing that slower this time, and feel free to join along. First we get dressed, get dressed, get dressed. First we get dressed, then we eat bananas. And if there's ever any questions about how to sign it, because I can't see everybody the way it's set up, feel free to ask that question and I can give you more clarification. We'll be practicing these signs over throughout the hour. So don't worry if we get one and then you're like, wait, I needed that again. We'll do it again later on during the class. So after we eat the banana, maybe your child has a dirty diaper and they need their diaper changed. The sign for diaper looks like this. You take your fingers, these two fingers like this, and you put it on your hips, diaper. But your child's not going to look at you signing diaper. And right now you can't see me signing diaper because there's a table in front of me. So you could pretend to take a diaper, and I don't have any diapers, so I'm just pretending this is a diaper, and you could sign diaper. Then you can move it towards your belly or your waist area, sign diaper, and then you can give your child the diaper. And then we can practice our song. Ready? First we get, first we change your diaper. First we change your diaper, your diaper, your diaper. First we change your diaper, then we play. So I'm going to add the sign for change diaper, just in case you are looking to add more signs to your day. You do not need to sign all the signs. You don't need to sign any signs. You can just use the songs as part of your daily routines. Here we go. First, change. So this is kind of hard. If you're a right-hander and you write with your right hand, your dominant hand is called your right hand. In ASL, we sign dominant and non-dominant hands. Your right hand is going to be palm facing me. Your other hand is going to take the same A hand shape and face the other hand. And then you're going to twist it. Well done. So this is change. Some people do change with X's. They're both correct. Just like some people say soda, and my grandparents, until God bless their soul, the day they died, they said soda because they're from North Jersey. Okay, so change or change, but we're going to do it with the A hand shape today. So here we go. First we change your diaper, your diaper, your diaper. First we change your diaper, then we play blocks. Now blocks are tricky Some people have learned to sign blocks this way because we, as hearing people, see blocks in there. That is not technically correct. And sometimes that can be confused. Some people might do blocks this way, and those are actually different signs. This one means license. So we want to use some signs that are more sign-based. And this is one way of signing blocks. There are other people sign blocks this way, but tonight I'm going to sign blocks this way. And I've checked with other deaf adults and also interpreters, and I've seen them sign blocks this way. So we'll do that one more time. First, we change our diaper, our diaper, our diaper. First, we change, it should be your diaper. Then we play blocks. And of course, you can still give the block to the child while you are changing the diaper. So the next one is first we play and then read books. First we play, we play, we play. First we play, then we read books. So the sign for play looks like this. It's Y hand shapes. And then books looks like you're opening, closing books. Are there any questions yet about what we're doing? Nicole?
Yvonne, there is a comment in the chat. Can you see me? Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Amajanti says, I often use visuals to make it easier for learners to make a choice.
Yes.
When is it a good reference to choose a visual versus a sign for making the choice?
I like both. So if we were going to play with blocks, right, or a book, I can say, oh, do you want to play with the blocks or the book? Which one? And that way we're allowing the child to see the sign, hear the words, and then they can make a choice by grabbing the objects. I'm not using a lot of props today yet, just because I thought it was more parents, but when I'm working with the kids, I always like, there's usually toys all along this wall.
Don't get the water on her.
And so what happens is the kids will ask for them and I'll be like, did you want ducks or did you want the farm? Which one? And so I'll do both and I'll show them which toy we're doing. The reason why I moved the toys today is if any of those kids saw it, they'd be screaming for the ducks because they always wanted the toys that they're seeing over there. Good question. Did that answer your question?
Well, there's a second part to their question. Do imitation skills need to be present when we want to introduce ASL or baby signs? No,
the fascinating fact that we know is children who are hearing or deaf, if they're born to deaf adults, the deaf parents can sign from day one, bombard their child with sign, and that hearing child or deaf child with deaf parents actually can sign word approximations earlier than a deaf, earlier than a hearing child can speak. So I've seen babies sign as early as 8 to 9 months old. And they're a sign approximation, but you know they're trying to sign that one sign. That's a great question. Any other questions before we move on? Okay, so first, we're going to change the diaper, and then we're going to eat. And we're going to practice food signs next. So let's practice that one. First, we change your diaper, your diaper, your diaper. First, we change your diaper, then we eat. Okay, so now we're going to eat. And this is where you get to have fun. I have a list of food over here, pretend food, that I'm going to show you guys. And we're going to sing songs about eating foods. The reason why I like to sing songs about eating foods, this is super interesting. I had a daycare that I was going to many years ago, and this child could say April and Saturday. He could not say any food words at all, but he could say April and Saturday. He had no clue what he was saying, but he could say it crystal clear. And I was like, why is he doing that? Anybody have a guess? I was driving around and I thought, he's a daycare kid. Every single day at daycare, they sing days of the week and months of the year. So he was hearing that song every single day and was able to imitate Saturday and April clear as day, but could not say anything about food. And how many songs do we have about food? So you guys all know the Barney or Coco Melon song, I like to eat apples and bananas. That was the first one I did, but because of copyrights today, I'm not going to do it. You guys can do it on your own and you can sing it and just drop whatever, the apple and banana, and just sing whatever you're eating. So if it is, I like to eat mac and cheese, if the child's eating mac and cheese, sing that song over and over. I actually got tired of singing that song over and over, so I made up other ones. So this is one of the ones I came up with. I took a nursery rhyme. It was funny. I come up with these nursery rhymes and I'm like, what song is that from? So the song was, I know it as the boy went over the mountain, the boy went over the mountain, the boy went over the mountain to see what he could see. Now I looked that online and it's not even available. I don't know where I heard that from, maybe when I was little, but now it's the bear went over the mountain. So if you need that melody, just do a search for bear went over the mountain. But we're going to practice it today with my little twist. I'm going to practice the signs for mommy and daddy, grandma or nanny, and grandpa. So let's go over those first, and then I'll show you how to sing the song with food. Mommy, daddy, grandma or nanny or Gima, whatever is your name for a grandmother. The reason for that is years ago, it used to be second generation, but now we just go like that. We just show the second generation that way. Yes, if you have great grandmas, great grandma. And if you're calling Gigi great grandma, you can do Gigi. You can also sign daddy and then grandpa, daddy and grandpa, and then great grandpa. Okay, so I'm going to start singing some songs with food, and feel free to put in the chat other food that you would like to know about what your child eats. And if we don't get to it, Nicole will let us know, and then we will sing that sign. Well, we will try singing that song with that sign. So remember the melody? The boy went over the mountain, the boy went over the mountain, the boy went over the mountain to see what he could see. Here we go. Mommy's eating. What are we going to say? Mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Yum, yum, yum. So this is the proper sign for yum, yum, yum. Sometimes I go yum, 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 yum. So you guys can decide how you want to do the storytelling or the singing of the song. When families started singing this song, whether it was the Barney version, Coco Melon version of Apples and Bananas, or if we were singing This Boy Went Over the Mountain one, the kids after about 2 or 3 months would go over to the high chair and go, eat, 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 because we practice it so much during mealtime. So we will do mommy eating chicken one more time. Just to slow down, I see mac and cheese, we'll get that one for sure. So here's our chicken. Do I have my chicken around? I do. Here we go. So, mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Yum, yum, yum. Or yum, yum, yum. I love the idea of pizza. We'll do that one sometime soon. Going back to chicken, just know there are variations of the sign for chicken. When I went to Bloomsburg University up in Pennsylvania, we signed chicken this way. Chicken. That was in most of the books back then. Signing times came around and other areas have different signs that are regional. And then we started seeing people sign chicken this way. I one time got a chance to work with deaf adults, deaf parents with their hearing child. And we were eating at the table, early intervention style. And I said, okay, what's the sign for that? And they knew where I was going. Do they sign chicken every single time that they want, please give me the chicken? Do they do that every single time during the meal? Turns out they were like, so during mealtime, they will sign chicken this way. This is really the sign for bird, but in that context, they knew they were signing chicken. So we'll practice that one more time. Mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Mommy's eating chicken. Yum, yum, yum. What I also like about this is I like to highlight key sounds or key babble sounds in songs. So that yum, yum, yum can make it really easy for a kid to participate in the song. It also allows us to narrate what's going on, and we can use higher level sentences like mommy's eating chicken. If you don't want to use the word chicken and you want to say nuggets, you can still say that, nuggets. That's fine, or nuggets. Okay, let's do nanny. So nanny, nanny's eating mac and cheese. You're going to finger spell mac. You're going to do it. You can do it. Take 3 fingers and put it over your thumb. If you remember when we learned how to sign in cursive or script, there is an M with 3 humps. There's your M. In books, you'll see M do this. It's not like that in real life. It's something like this. They just don't draw it because it would make no sense to people. So M, A, C, and cheese. Now, it could be other versions of signing this. I heard at Pittsburgh School for the Deaf, they just do mac and cheese. M on the elbow, because the elbow macaroni. So we'll practice that one. Nanny's going to eat mac and cheese. Don't worry, we'll go slow. Nanny's eating mac and cheese. Nanny's eating mac and cheese. Nanny's eating mac and cheese. Yum, yum, yum. Somebody asked a really great question. One of the questions they asked, does it matter what hand you're signing with? It does. That's a really great question. If you're right-handed, you want to sign with your right hand, it will feel more natural. If you're left-handed, you want to sign with your left-handed. That's what we call the dominant versus non-dominant. However, if I'm holding my mac and cheese with my right hand, I can then switch to mac and cheese if I wanted to. It will feel awkward and weird. If you're finding you're using your left hand today, what's happening is you're mirroring me because I'm using my hand with my right hand, so you want to use your left hand. That is normal, and just know over time you'll be able to switch over to your dominant hand. Okay, so we'll do mac and cheese one more time. Mac and cheese. And then if they're eating cheese, sign for cheese. I think of, they're taking that Kraft macaroni cheese, Kraft single, and they're squishing it. It's just what I think about when I sign that. Sign for waffle. How many pretend toys do we have that have waffles? So this is one of those poppers. So I love having pretend food to practice food before signs and words before mealtime. So I could start practicing with the waffle. The sign for waffle looks like this. You take your hand shape of number 5 and you tap your hand. So it looks like this, but you want that waffle on the table. Okay, you ready? So we'll say daddy's eating waffles. Daddy's eating waffles. Daddy's eating waffles. Daddy's eating waffles. Yum, yum, yum. I love it. I'm seeing some of the requests, so I'm going to switch it over to pancake, and then Nicole, you'll catch me up on the ones we missed. Pancake. Here's my pancake. And again, if you don't have pretend pancakes, you don't have to buy these things. Get the boxes. You guys might have boxes of pancakes. Notice what happens with my mac and cheese. I can have a bowl, and I have mac and cheese in here, but they're just Legos. It's all about pretend play and using the stuff you have in your house. You can even cut the cardboard boxes. I don't like flashcards for like, what's this, what's this, what's this, but I love flashcards for pretend food. And then I can have a car, or I can have a doll, or I can have an animal pretend to eat the mac and cheese off the picture. So pancake, make your griddle with your left hand. So your non-dominant hand is going to be flat. If you're lefty, you're going to use your non-dominant hand, which is right. I am righty, so my left is my non-dominant. You're going to take that spatula and you're going to go like this and flip it over. Pancake. And now we're going to say grandpa's eating pancakes. Here we go. Grandpa's eating pancakes. Grandpa's eating pancakes. Grandpa's eating pancakes. Yum, yum, yum.
All
Nicole,
right.
was there any
Looks
other one?
like for fruit, we have grapes, strawberries, and bananas.
Great.
And then we also have pizza, oatmeal, and pasta and rice.
Love
So
it.
whatever you got over there.
Okay, here we go. So I remember some of them. We'll get back to the ones, the oatmeal.
Perfect.
We'll do oatmeal. And again, I don't have an oatmeal container, but I have maybe something like this, and I could pretend this is just my oatmeal. It's all about pretend play. Besides, in addition to signs, pretend play will actually help your child's early literacy skills grow. If they could pretend there's oatmeal in there and it's empty, that's what they're going to do when they're older and they're reading. There's no oatmeal on that page. They're reading about oatmeal and they can remember all these wonderful toys that you guys used to play. And remember the moments when they ate that warm oatmeal, and then that memory comes in their mind. So that that imagination is happening when you do pretend play. So I'm going to do cereal. And remember, we're going through a lot, but you will have access to the signs in the future. So I'm going to do cereal, oatmeal, and yogurt. There are several different signs for cereal. There is like this, and you make a C hand shape, and you shove that cereal in your mouth, cereal. Sometimes I'll use that cereal for one of my kiddos' favorite cereal. And then another cereal is cereal. You want to make sure you go from, if you're right-handed, right to left, cereal. Cereal. If you're lefty, you're going to go left to right. The reason why I'm saying that is, watch this. This is cereal. If I go this way, it's dry. So, oh, you're wet. You need to get dried. Yogurt, you make your bowl, you make a Y hand shape, and you sign yogurt. Now, some people might just use a spoon and they may finger spell yogurt. I'm sorry, I spelled that wrong. Okay. And then they do this, and that means yogurt. Other people take a Y hand shape and do yogurt. It just depends on their preference. Oatmeal, same thing. Some people will finger spell oatmeal, or they will sign oatmeal with an O. The sign for banana is you take your index finger and you peel that banana. The sign for grapes is you take your hand like this and you tap the grapes on your hand. I was taught with an open 5 hand shape. Recently, I saw it with a closed 5. So you may see some variations of that sign. So now we'll sing. Go ahead, Nicole.
Strawberry. And
Strawberry.
also snacks or fruit snacks, to be specific.
Okay. So snack, I've seen people do snack like you're eating a bunch of food. I've also seen people finger spell snack. I'll do it slower just in case you want to see it. Snack, S-N-A-C-K. That's the sign for K. I'll do it again, just in case you want it. S, N, N is 2 humps. Remember, M was 3. N, A, C, K. So fruit snacks. You might see somebody sign fruit and then snack. You may also see somebody sign fruit and then like open up the bag. By itself, this is chips, because you're opening up the bag of chips, like potato chips. If you're using signed English, you would see somebody sign chips this way, because they're taking that C and they're cutting it. Strawberry, there are 2 different signs for strawberries. I was taught this sign plus this, or a pinky. So this and this. The reason why the thumb is going down, it's actually signing red. Red. So the red berry is a strawberry. But this to this is just awkward sometimes. So it's just a little faster to do it with the thumb. That is what I was taught, did it for many years. And now I'm seeing a lot of people just signing strawberry. So fruit is like kind of once, and then strawberry is kind of like twice, and you're pulling off that strawberry, the leaves. Nicole, which other ones did they request?
I think the other one we didn't get to was pizza.
Pizza, that's a fun one. If you want a fun activity and a fun challenge, you can do signing times, the crazy pizza song or silly pizza song, Google it. She's super fast. She's great. It's a lot of fun. Don't feel bad if you can't keep up. It's just a fun exercise. She will show you one of the ways of signing pizza. There are several signs of signing pizza. One is you take your Z hand shape. So this is how you sign Z with the index finger. You make 2 fingers up, and then you draw, you bend it a little bit, and you draw 2 Z's, pizza. That's one way of signing pizza. The other way of signing pizza is you take that hand like this, and you shove that tip of the pizza into your mouth, pizza. Great questions.
And the last ones are rice and pasta.
Great. So pasta, you would actually do it with your pinkies for pasta. So if you wanted to do pasta cheese for mac and cheese, you could do mac and cheese that way. The concept is correct. Rice, you fingerspell typically. Rice, R-I-C-E. And then I've also seen people do rice this way because it's also like the chopsticks coming up. But I typically will fingerspell rice. I'm going to show you the sign for fish or goldfish because that's one of kids' favorite snacks. And I do like using the real signs. So instead of saying, do you just want a snack in general? Sometimes if you say snack, they're thinking goldfish and you get pretzels and then are mad at you because you picked the wrong one. So goldfish looks like this. So this is sign for fish. So you could just stick that to fish if they're not eating real fish. Or gold, I have learned gold point Y for the yellow piece that comes out of your ear, like the earring. Some other people do gold, like they're just kind of like the shiny. So goldfish. There is one that some families use for babies, and it's hard to find on the internet. The one I have listed on My Smart Hands, they do show avocado. So I'm going to show you avocado. I've seen 2 different versions of avocado. One is you have your open palm with your non-dominant hand, your left hand if you're ready, and you make that shell of the avocado. Then you take the A hand shape and you push that pit out, avocado. Another way is you take 2 A hand shapes and you push that pit out. I prefer this one. It just visually makes more sense to me, but I've seen both as a way of signing avocado. And then the last one I'm going to show you guys is French fries, because what kids don't like French fries? So you're going to take the letter F and you're going to sign French fries. And I have my French fries right here. Again, there's not many kids that have pretend French fries. So if your kid's not eating paper, you can make your own pretend French fries and you can have fun with them playing and practicing that vocabulary. So let's practice. I'm just going to pretend that the child's name is Mikey, and we're just going to sing it along. Or we can sing it as I, but I'm going to first start saying with Mikey if you want to do it that way. So Mikey's eating French fries. Mikey's eating French fries. Mikey's eating French fries. Yum, yum, yum. So French fries, I think of the old McDonald's that have the French fries like all in that container. That's how I think of it. Other people think how they take the French fries and they dip it into ketchup. Nicole, there was a question up there, but I couldn't read it. Can you tell me what it says? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Is there a different sign if your child calls you mama versus mommy or mammy?
Great question. Typically the concept is all mom, mommy, mommy. You could have a little fun with it, but lots of times babies don't sign mommy this way first at all. They might do this, they might do this. I have one little guy, he was signing like this. No, I'm sorry, he was doing this. And mom was getting upset because like she kept thinking he's only signing daddy. I'm like, no, he's probably signing both of you. I had one little girl who's now graduated and is college with a scholarship. And when she first started signing, she would sign this for these signs. I'll sign it with my non-dominant hand. She signed this for mommy, daddy, cat, binky, and there was something else. So all the signs kind of looked the same in the beginning, but we kept showing the correct signs. And eventually she would do this and we knew it was all the signs that were down here, and she would do this and we knew it was for daddy. Eventually she signed daddy this way, and then she signed mommy this way. There's a dear friend of mine, her grandmother is deaf, and I go to the family parties and sign with her. And I was holding her granddaughter and she was so excited that her granddaughter was there, and she ended up going, I was like, oh, mommy's over there. And the grandmother who's deaf, she turns to me and she's like, no, mommy. So she was like babbling in sign with me saying, no, we're not going to make her sign this. We're going to do this because that's what babies do. So you can do the baby babble, or you can keep showing the proper sign and then the child will change it on their own, just like they do with English word order. Fun fact, kids who are deaf or hearing will count the same way. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, right? I saw a little boy, he literally counted that way. 1, 2, 7, 9, 8, 10. Like, it was so fun. I was like, oh my gosh, he counted the same way as hearing kids did in sign language. Any other questions? Okay, so we're going to continue. So we finished eating and now we're going to drink. So what are we going to drink? So we're going to go back to mommy and we're going to sing, mommy's drinking milk. Now milk can be 2 hands, like you're milking the cow, or if you're holding the milk. Okay. Mommy's drinking. Mommy's drinking milk. Mommy's drinking milk. Mommy's drinking milk. Yum, yum, yum. Now we're going to do juice. Daddy's drinking juice. Now I sign juice, J drink. Some people just say J. Daddy's drinking juice. Daddy's drinking juice. Yum, yum, yum. I did see the question about how to sign hungry. Great question. So this is very important. So let's look at this together. Where we put our hands sometimes might sign the wrong sign, and it means something you don't want to sign. So I'm not going to go and tell you what it means, but you're just going to sign it and make sure you go to your belly. So you're going to take your hand like this, and you're going to take it on your throat area, about this far, and you go all the way to your stomach. Okay, so that's hungry. So are you hungry? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Let's do thirsty. Are you thirsty? Are you thirsty? Do you want milk or water? Now, I wouldn't give the choice without the choices there. So I'd want the milk and I'd want the water there. That way it'll make more sense in the beginning. And as they get older, then they can make the choice with just the signs. Do you want milk or do you want water? Okay, we're going to do daddy. Daddy's drinking water. So you take a W hand shape and you tap your chin area right by your lips. It's like the drink that starts with a W. Daddy's drinking water. Daddy's drinking water. Yum, yum, yum. I need some water. I'm thirsty. Okay, any other questions about food before we move on? Okay, here we go. So first we eat, and then we play with blocks. So we just finished eating. Eating is all done. And now we play with blocks. Now, again, I have a song for everything. Songs help me remember the signs. Songs may help you remember the signs. So you can sing along. This song I actually made up on my own because I was just getting tired of doing, borrowing other songs, melodies. So let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Up, 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 up. So this is a sign for build. I sign block one time and I'm using the concept that I'm building. So red, orange. Orange is very important. You're going to keep the orange very still, either here or here. Please do not move orange. So orange, orange block on. Yellow, yellow is a Y. It has a built-in paintbrush. Years ago, it was signed this way, paintbrush Y. But now we just drop it and we just sign the built-in paintbrush, yellow. Blue, blue block, and green. So blue, this is the letter B and the paintbrush built in, and green, the paintbrush is built in with the G. I also go, knock it down. So just like we did the songs with the yum, yum, yum in the songs with the food, now we're doing blocks and we're gonna highlight key sounds that they can babble with. Then we're gonna also use key sentences that we're narrating what we're doing to give them the higher language so they can catch that language and say those words later on. You're literally planting seeds now for the vocabulary to grow later on. So here's my song. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Up, 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 up. Red block on. Orange block on. Yellow block on. Blue block on. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Up, 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 up. Oh no. Oh no. My blocks fell down. So I already established that my blocks are here. And now I'm saying they're falling down. If your child falls down on the floor, that's not fall down. This is the blocks falling down. That would be they're standing and they're falling down. But this time, oh no, my blocks fell down. My blocks fell down. My blocks fell down. Oh no, my blocks fell down. What am I gonna do? And I like to do this because some kids get mad when they build the blocks and they fall down. They don't want to play anymore. So now I'm talking them through their emotions and say, it's okay. I try again. Try again. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Let's build blocks. Up, 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 up. Yellow block on. Blue block on. Green block on. Red block on. Let's build blocks. Knock it down. And they fell down. Any questions about colors or blocks? Okay, I'm going to keep going then. So let's talk about, first we're going to play and then we're going to find our shoes, right? Maybe your child wants to go outside. And if it's time to go outside and they're all excited, sometimes you have to be like, first we have to find your shoes, then we go outside. I'm going to show you another way of signing first then in case you're holding your child. This is my scary baby with no face. So I can now sign first shoes, then outside, or first shoes, then like second outside. So you can do it with one hand if you need to. So first we find your shoes and then we go outside. I love doing this game. Shoes, where are you? Even if you know where the shoes are, you start looking around that house. Shoes, where are you? If you want to say, where are you, shoes? I don't care the order that you do it. What I'm doing here is shoes, where are you? It's more ASL, but it's just either way. You can say, where are you, shoes? But I will guarantee if you practice this today, so many months in the future, maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, the kids will walk around the house going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're looking for their shoes or they're looking for something. And then you have to figure out what they're looking for. Okay, so first shoes on, then outside. First, we put our shoes on, our shoes on, our shoes on. First, we put our shoes on, then go outside. We'll do that again. First, we put our shoes on, our shoes on, our shoes on. If you want to do shoes on, you can. Some people might do shoes like you're pulling them up. They're both correct. First, we put our shoes on, our shoes on, our shoes on. First, we put our shoes on, then we go outside. Now, what happens if you can't go outside? It's raining. Just a little tidbit. Don't tell your child, no, outside. Why? Because that will become a tantrum. Isn't this the best sign? Tantrum. So what I recommend is say, oh, you want to go outside? We go outside later. And that can mean tomorrow. That can mean a day from now. But telling them we go outside later and then redirect saying, I see trees, I see cars, I see a bird, I see squirrels. Looking outside that window will help them redirect to, we could talk about outside, but they didn't hear the word NO. So maybe the tantrum's not going to happen. Now, you are outside. It is time to go back inside. No kid wants to go back inside. So we're going to help them understand that. So we're going to give them 5 more minutes. And this is how you would sign 5 more minutes. So 5 more minutes, we play outside, and then we're all done and we go inside to eat. And you're going to probably pick a favorite food. So we're going to go inside and eat cookies. We didn't sign cookie before, cookie. So think of that cookie tray and then the cookie cutter. So we'll do that one first. First, we play outside, outside, outside. First, we play outside. Then we eat cookies. Come on, we're going to go inside. 5 more minutes, we play outside. You might do 1 more minute. That's really helpful. We play outside, then we're all done, and we're going to go eat cookies. And eventually you can pick the other things that are not so much favorites. Any questions about that? And there's a couple questions, Nicole, I didn't get to read them all.
A lot of them are just comments. You're good.
Great, thank you. Okay, so are there anything else about clothing that you want tonight? Or about outside? Or about first then? Okay, so this is my last one we're going to do today. We're going to practice this one. Oh, store or doctor. That's great. I love that. Okay, the sign for store, you take your flat O. So this is your O and your flat O. You put your index or your fingers tips down, and you kind of pick up that shirt and kind of look at that store. So if you're going to go to a food store, if you're going to go to a clothes store, we're just going to go to the store. Doctor, there's a couple different ways of signing doctor. There is the letter D, which looks like this. And you take the pulse with the letter D. And then very ASL, you take the letter M for medical, and you can take the pulse for doctor. So you'll see some people do doctor this way, and some people do doctor this way. Nurse, you do the N, number 2 humps, and then you could take your pulse, nurse. So if you guys were going like, mama called the doctor and the doctor said, you could do that with either the M or the D. You're muted.
Okay, there's a question if all done and finished are the same sign.
Yeah, they're basically the same sign. So all done, finished, it's usually like all done, finished. You will see some people doing all done this way or all done or all done. That's more sign, baby sign gestures. It's not always ASL, but just like adults may have different tone of voices when they're telling their child they're all done. Oh, we're all done versus you're all done. So see how it changed that? It was all done and I'm all done. Now, if I raise my hands and I do this, that is applause. Yay! I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm applauding you. All done, finished, finished.
What about play area, the sign for play area?
I would sign play and then area. Play and then area. These are great. Any other ones? Okay, so what we're going to do the last couple seconds is sometimes kids cry and they tantrum when mommy leaves the room just to go to the bathroom, or when mommy leaves the room to go get her coffee or a drink in the kitchen. So I made up the song. We are using a classifier, not the actual sign for back. So the sign for back is BK, back. We're not going to sign that. We're going to use more of a classifier. And what a classifier means is this is representing a person. This is the head, the belly, and the back. So I can tell somebody is moving this way and coming back. I can even do this, meaning I'm going upstairs and coming back, or I'm going downstairs and I'm coming back. So this was created with a wonderful family I worked with many years ago. Father was deaf, mom is an interpreter, mom's hearing, and her daughter was tantruming every time she left. Even though we were signing, the little girl wasn't seeing the signs. So we'd use this as more of a classifier, and we'd also sign back if we're trying to teach her that vocabulary as well. We also then took London Bridges song, and then I started doing with other families that are hearing, and this really helps the children deal with the parents leaving the room and then coming back. So this is what it looks like. Mommy will be right back, right back, right back. Mommy will be right back. She's going to the kitchen. Maybe you're going to the car for just a few seconds, right? You just need to get something from the car. Mommy will be right back, right back, right back. Mommy will be right back. She's going to the car. She has to find her shoes. Where's her shoes? Okay. Now I'm doing this way because this is the only door in the house right now in this room. But if the kitchen was this way, I would go that way. The sign for kitchen, you take a K hand shape and you sign kitchen. Or you could just sign, Mommy will be right back, right back, right back. Mommy will be right back. She's getting milk. When you do this, the kids will follow you, and eventually they're like, okay, you're singing the song. You're going to come back. I don't need to follow you, and I don't need to tantrum. Okay, so I saw lots of other questions about shirts and pants, but I think we're running out of time. Do we have a couple more minutes, Nicole, or should we start winding down?
If people want to stay on for a couple more minutes, if you just want to go through these last couple signs,
Go for it.
And then we can wrap up. We have a request for daycare and teacher.
Okay, the sign for teacher. This is the sign for teach. So I'm giving you my knowledge. Teach. And then teacher. Please do not think this means this means person marker. So a chef is somebody who cooks. A chef. We don't say chef-er. We just say the person that cooks is a chef. And a teacher. Daycare. Some people finger spell it. Other people might sign day, like daycare. So day care. I've seen that. Some people finger spell daycare. Some people just call it school. We're going to go school. And with school, I think of the teacher, proper teacher going, now, children. Okay. If you sign paper, it looks like this. The paper comes back outside of the machine, but school is up and down. So one more time, school, paper, watch my bottom hand, waffle. That can be very confusing. Those are rhyming signs. They're all the same hand shape, same location, but different movement and different palm orientation depending on the sign. So I'll do that again. Waffle, school, paper.
All right. What about let's go to the car?
Okay, come on, let's go to the car. So this is car. Some people assign go this way. Some people assign go, like we're going to go out to the car.
Okay. T-shirt and pants.
T-shirt. This is normal sign for shirt. If you wanted to talk about a t-shirt, I could sign shirt and then short sleeves. Pants You use this hand shape, and then you draw out your thighs. Pants, pants. I see the sign for truck was requested. The sign for truck, you take bent V's and you sign truck with the lights that are on top of that truck. Or remember car, the car, like the truck with the bigger steering wheel, or truck with a bigger steering wheel.
What about bathroom? I need to go to the bathroom.
Great. So let's sing that one with Mommy will be right back. Or we'll do Daddy will be right back. Daddy will be right, London Bridges song. There we go. Daddy will be back. Be right back. Be back. Daddy will be right back. He's going to the bathroom. So you make a T hand shape for toilet and you shake it. Years ago, what happened was when we were in schools, the kids would go like this because they had to go to the toilet to raise their hand. We just keep our hands now right in front of our shoulder.
That looks like all of the requests.
Okay.
Is there any other questions or any last comments anyone has? I am going to drop all of the links to the resources in the chat.
Okay, and I'm gonna just say one other thing. You are not supposed to memorize all these signs and remember all of these signs after just 1 hour. But you will have an opportunity to go back and practice and zoom through the ones that you want to practice. You'll also have an opportunity to remember 1 or 2 signs here or there. So be proud that you did this, you attended. If your hands are a little tired, make sure you stretch them out because sometimes our hands are not used to doing signs and we don't want to hurt ourselves. So definitely make sure that you're doing that. If your child is signing certain things that doesn't make sense, they're just mystery signs. And just keep signing them and try and look around and be like, what is that child signing? I had one little girl, she signed this for so long and we couldn't understand why she was signing tree when she went into the store. And it turned out she had a mild hearing loss we didn't know about. And so she would hear mom say, if you're good, you'll get a treat. It took us 6 months because mom finally realized, oh, when I said, you know, if you're good, you get a treat. She went like this. And now she understood why the little girl, every time they went to the store, was signing tree.
That's funny. Wow. Thank you so much. A lot of people are thanking you. It was really great.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Sign for thank you.
Thank you. Yes. I did drop all of the awesome resources that Yvonne sent us in the chat. They also, like we had said, will be sent out next week. So you can keep your eyes open for that. And just a little shout out for tomorrow. Our virtual presentation for tomorrow night is about challenging behaviors, understanding our children's challenging behaviors and how to manage them. And then we also have a virtual story time on Friday evening. So you can register for those as well. And thank you so much, Yvonne. And thank you everyone for coming. Have a great night. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you.